Good evening. My name is Gavin Boyter and welcome to my channel. Today is the 11th in my consecutive run of short stories. They're all 1,000 words long, and they're all based on 5 randomly chosen words. The words for this story are, and this one is called Bye Jennie. I hope you like it. Jennie Brocklehurst was unemployed again. 4 career missteps before 30, to some quite an achievement. It was becoming a bit of a sick joke how reliably she was in the wrong place at exactly the wrong time. She'd just lost her job at the advertising agency where, as junior art director, she had worked on a campaign for a popular brand of push-up bra. The posters featured women in space helmets and jumpsuits, floating in zero gravity in a spaceship. Their jumpsuits were open to the navel, and their breasts were bulging voluminously from the hyper-supportive brassieres. The tagline had been, "Gravitational Liberation." This was the early 2000s, and lads mag culture was still rampant. Jennie maintained the campaign was absolutely on point. Unfortunately, research apparently showed that on roads where billboards of her advertisement were displayed, road traffic accidents increased by 30%. Lawsuits ensued, the Advertising Standards Authority got involved, and Mothers Against Misogyny branded her artwork indecent and deeply reactionary. Bye Jennie. It was a disaster, and Jennie became notorious, including the ethical toothpaste company who turned out to be using child labour, and the radical leftist magazine that, it transpired, was owned by a rampant child abuser. Jennie's CV was rapidly becoming littered with humiliating missteps. That none of these things were her fault didn't seem to register with future employers. One recruitment consultant turned Jennie down flat, calling her the kiss of death. Jennie considered suing for defamation, but gave the agency a damning review on Trustpilot instead. She'd been a journalist, a creative, a film reviewer. She panned a much-lauded costume drama, only to discover the director was the publisher's wife. Now she was trying her hand in a new sphere of stupidity, greetings cards. Her employer intended to rival Hallmark, a terrible idea, and Jennie had claimed, relatively accurately, that she could write a better class of trite platitude, although that's not how she put it in her interview. Given that Paul Coelho was on her all-time shit list, along with Deepak Chopra, the Dalai Lama, and whatever fucker wrote Jonathan Livingston Seagull, this might seem like another unwise career move. But Jennie was broke, and the job seemed piss easy. Some of her early classics included "May Sorrow's Sweet Songs Bring Blessed Sleep," a condolence card, "Let Us Brighten Your Day on the Day You First Brightened Ours," and "The Gift That Never Stops Giving, Your Baby Boy Oblique Girl." As became apparent, no literary sin was too shameful not to be pressed into service for impersonal banality. Jennie had been convinced that her workplace would be staffed entirely by cynical smartarses like herself, but was alarmed to discover that people really believed in this crap. They were adherents to the belief that they were bringing a little joy into the lives of ordinary people. The company boasted that no 2 poems, as they termed their fatuous doggerel, were ever the same, like snowflakes or turds. The only person in the entire company who seemed to have any sense of humour was Jeremiah, the forklift truck driver who worked in the warehouse and helped load the vans. Often, on a Friday afternoon, Jennie would head down there, ostensibly to check that deliveries had gone out on time, but really to swig spiced rum with Jeremiah and make dirty jokes. Jeremiah might be a 64-year-old ex-Baptist minister, but he was also an exceptional limerick writer. A game they especially loved playing was creating joke versions of the platitudes, the best of which Jennie would mock up in her InDesign software for their delectation. This Friday's offerings: "Though you have left us, you linger on, you smelly bastard." "Roses are red, violets are blue, I'd stick to white lilies if I were you." And a mother's pride and joy, this pink white clean sex toy. As frequently was the case, their hilarity went on for long after the other employees clocked off, and Jenny stumbled home around 9 p.m. and fell asleep in front of her television. On Monday morning, Jenny took one of her duvet days, an HR policy she'd entirely invented. She was awoken from her lie-in by a frantic call from Jonathan, her boss. No cheery greeting, no apology for disturbing her, just a panic-stricken instruction. Jen, I need you to get in touch with Jeremiah and see if he sent anything out on Saturday. Why, Jonathan, what's happened? Jonathan had received a big order from a major high street retailer late on Friday and had wanted to get some brand new stock printed up and sent out. He'd ordered an overnight print run, and for the poems, he'd slotted in the most recent file in Jenny's Dropbox folder. It was marked condolence, and so he'd phoned in the order to the printers, specifying 10,000 of each design. Easy enough to do, since the images on the front were always pretty generic. Except she'd not erased the spoof files she'd added to the last template. No, this could not be happening. A quick call to Jeremiah confirmed her suspicions. The print run happened overnight, and on Sunday, on his day off, Jeremiah personally supervised an extra collection by the retailer. Jenny jumped on her bicycle and cycled frantically round to the nearest branch of the shop in question. She threw down her bike and belted down the relevant aisle. Birthdays, congratulations, new baby. Did this shop even have a condolence section? Yes, it did. The first 3 cards weren't her company's. The 4th was, but it was an old one. The 5th was from her new batch, but harmless. Perhaps the printers had caught the error in time. The 6th card was also from her company. There were 3 copies of it. A watercolour of pink and red flowers on the front. Insipidly tasteful. Jenny tore open the cellophane, opened the card, and read the delightful message inside. Our burdens lighten as we think of you, like the blessed relief of a massive poo. Anyway, a little bit different from yesterday's offering. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, as ever, we would appreciate you to subscribe. Who's we? I don't know. I've invented some other people. Anyway, yeah, do that. Watch some other videos. Tell people about it. Share. And I'll keep doing this for as long as I can. Because why not? See you soon.